This is the reason why I pray every day, because there's something that I need to fix.
Every day.
I'm not walking around here like I got it going on. It may seem like that to the eyes of others, but when reality sets in, and you sitting by yourself, and sometimes you driving to work by yourself, your mind start wondering, what can I do better? How can I be better? Dad, what are my kids doing? Am I talking to my children enough? Am I being the right parent? Am I doing the right things? Am I covered under the blood? All these things you have to start asking yourself.
You start processing, basically, is what you're doing. You start processing all those thoughts. And then you start to wonder, then you start to work on you to see where you feel your flaws are at, and you start to work and progress on that area, and then you go to the next one. But I sent that spider veil for the simple fact of what we were saying prior to that, the lady that came in right up under me. Oh, what a web we weave, because, he's not in there, this, that, and the other, back on the co-parenting thing. We need to pull that together. Some of the men need to call the wives who they had kids with, vice versa. Somebody got to have the bigger kahunas to stand up to what you were saying and what I was saying earlier, to do this co-parent and this thing together, so that the child can see, okay, well, it's been a part of there's daddy back in there, and find that defined guideline and that balance and stability, so that child can see, and that parent can see where this child is going to go when they become a man and get out and start their own families and do these things. It's sort of like a derailed track right now, but how can we pull this track back over, fuse it together between him and her, the parents, and make sure that our children are the future, and we taught them well. Derailment, we got to fix that rail in order for this train to pass through where it don't derail again.
But you know what though? I'm not gonna blame me. Nope. I'm not even gonna do that. I can't fix something that they broke. They need to learn how to fix it the same way we had to learn from our mistakes. These same kids, these same parents right now, and these same children need to learn from their mistakes that they're making.
Exactly.
Because we can't think about what we did.
That is so true.
Think about what we have done as parents. We have taken on our children's children and raised them while they were still out there running amok. Parents was taking care of you had mothers taking care of their grandchildren calling their grandmother's mom and calling their mothers by their first name, didn't even know their mothers, didn't even know their fathers, because the kids kept getting dropped off. Oh, I'm taking to Big Mama house, I'm taking to Grandma house, and the mothers had taken in these kids. You had grandmothers raising their daughters, raising their sons' children, and it's still going on right now. Which is crazy. Meanwhile, they want to run out and do all the stuff that they want to do, and then come and visit their kid or drop a couple dollars off and come give the kid a hug and a kiss and go back out there and run them up. Nah. Well, hold on for a second. Let me go to the sister on the bottom. How you pronounce your name, Dion?
Dion.
Good morning, Dion. Welcome in, sister.
Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. So, yes, I would definitely like to touch on the first subject of just making sure with parenting, it is important that I might be a little bit younger than everyone else on the panel.
It's all right, sister.
I do think it's important to pour into your children and just make sure they have the correct, I guess you can say, foundation. When it comes to co-parenting, I'm in my 30s. So I have a child of my own. I did come from a single parent home. My mom did an excellent job. I know who my father is. We have a great relationship. So I don't have any real discourse there. However, where my discourse is with my child's father. And the rearing there with the child involved. Don't get me wrong. Was I hurt? Was I upset when we first went our separate ways? Absolutely. But I think it gets challenging no matter who it is. But when you have to be the bigger person and you are holding the front lines, that's where things get very difficult, because I can do this healing work. I can work on me. I can improve myself. I can communicate. However, this person may still be in a space of anger or frustration or irritation with you, which is fair. However, I feel like the child, it's one of those things like, don't bleed to the point where your child gets wet, and it's like that's what I am seeing. I see that a lot within other people's co-parenting relationships as well, where it's like, okay, you're feuding, but now your child is hurting, your child is starting to see it, your child is starting to recognize you guys are not partners, you guys are not on the same team. And I think that just exposes the child to way too much too early, and that's where we start to have a rift. And I just want to say, for me personally, being on the front lines and saying, you know what, I'm going to take responsibility for me. I'm going to say where I was wrong. I can take accountability, but I can't be a punching bag. For the men that choose not to heal, because I know for men it may look a little different, and sometimes they may do it a little bit later in life, but it's like, we have a child now. We have a legacy to build now. Unfortunately, we do have to build and fly the plane right now because she's here. Okay, and I love you.
Thank you, sister. I want to say this, so I salute you on that, sister, for real. And the thing I like that you said, that you don't want to be nobody's punching bag. I respect. I don't think no woman deserves to be a man's punching bag. I think when we decide to lay down with a woman, we need to be held accountable. We need to be held responsible for that life, because that is life that you are bringing into this world. That is nothing to play with, straight up and down. And to sit there and be disrespectful and get mad at a woman based, because, oh, I can't believe. And what kills me the most is when some of these brothers have babies and they want a DNA test because now they don't trust the woman that they was with. But you the whole time you've been laying down with this woman. You've been doing all these things with her, but now all of a sudden you want to have a DNA test because what, you don't trust the results? Because the child that may not look like you or whatever the case may be. Come on, dead me with that. Another thing I don't respect about some of these young men is this. You don't need to. We can talk. You got to learn how to have a conversation with the woman, that regardless of the fact that is your child's mother. I don't like to say baby moms, because baby moms, it sounds too ghetto, and baby daddies sound like it just sounds too. There's something wrong. That is the mother of your child. You don't have to like her, but one thing I despise is when you're going back and forth in front of the child. That bothers me too. Like arguing, you and the mother going back and forth, and it's really over nothing, to be honest. Because if we're not together, what we arguing about?
Nothing.
Really nothing. It's built up emotions and feelings that we may still have for each other, but don't realize that we do. So now we going back and forth. Like, if you're a man and you're not in the home of the child, but she has a man in that house, you should be respectful to that situation. Hey, I understand you with somebody, but I need to have a conversation with this man at least to figure out, you know what I'm saying, where we going with this. And then that way you can tell what type of man that's around your child. I respect that. But sometimes I say that to say this. When it comes to and I'm saying this to mothers and fathers. When you're meeting someone new, that person should have no access to your child whatsoever. If you are a single parent and you are dating someone, that person should have no access to your child whatsoever. Period. Point blank. I don't care if you guys been dating for 5 years. That's 5 years that person has no access to your child. None. It's okay to go out there and date. It's okay to have a boyfriend. But that man or that woman should not be a part of your child's life. Not then and it. Nope, not at all. Because if you and that person does because children create bonds very fast, according to the person that you're with. And what happens is when that child creates that bond with that man or that woman, and then you are no longer with that person, that bond that it's hurting is very detrimental to that child's mentality, because now here it is, you bringing a new person in, and now that child is looking at your new person like, but this ain't who he was, but this ain't this and this and that. So now you're also teaching your child that it's okay to be with multiple people, not to have real connections. You see where I'm going with this? You have to create a bond. If you're going to create a bond with this man or with this woman, create that bond with them and know that, guess what? If we're not going to get married, if we're not going to become one, then you can't become one with my child.
Oh, that's right.
Mom,
Um,
but I got to get ready to go. So I just want y'all to do a quick closing, if y'all don't mind, because I got to. I wasn't going to be on here long. I just wanted to come up here and do a rant. So if y'all want to just say something to the people real quick, and then I can wrap this up.
All right. I just wanted to correct something. Being a single mother, and having my child's father, I started with saying I'm very thankful for the child that I had with him. I did say that I'm protecting my peace, but the reason for that is because this person doesn't want to be there. He is not involved. He lives in a different country, and he uses that as an excuse, and he really makes my life difficult. And the reason for not speaking to this person, not communicating with this person, and protecting my peace is because whenever I speak to this person thinks I'm looking for attention. And that is the perception he's given to his wife, and therefore she's also not very keen that I speak to this person. So to not cause problems in his home, I keep away.
Okay.
My child has an excellent father figure in her life, my brother. And my brother even says this to her all the time: I will never tell you not to speak to your father. I will encourage you by all means. We did not grow up with our father, but we know him, we speak to him, we are there when he needs us, he's there when we need him. So we teach her to be the daughter. She has a perfect example of a man, so she has no reason to be having daddy issues. We even had this conversation a few days ago saying, I even told her, you should call your dad. She's in a confirmation class, and I even said, I will write him a message and tell him that this is what is happening. She's going to be confirmed on this date, and you are welcome. You are welcome. And I'm grown enough to know, and emotionally mature enough to know that I have made many mistakes, and I'm still making mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I am mature enough to know that I'm gonna allow him to be in her life. Never mind.
Well, let me say this to you, sister. And first of all, thank you for coming up, and I appreciate you sharing. Matter of fact, I appreciate everybody that came up on this platform this morning. Thank y'all for sharing your thoughts and with me. I appreciate that very much. But I'm gonna say this one thing to you, and then y'all can pack her up, but I say what I'm gonna say. A lot of times situations like that happen when the man wants to blame the woman, is because the woman that he's with is the influence. That woman that wife is the influence of that man, and she's the reason why he's keeping her. He's staying away from the daughter, because he probably already created a family, and he made sure that family that he's with is more important than the one that he had created in the beginning. So I'm gonna leave that right there. But listen, sister, thank you, Geraldine, for pulling up. I truly appreciate you. Listen, you have an amazing day. Who's next?
I just want to say, Val, real quick, based on the topic that you came in and elaborated on, it's time to fix these errors, for the child's sake. Really, really think about that partner that you procreated with, and try to establish something based on not on you, not on them, based on the child that you pull. You know what I'm trying to say? That part, so that that child would be able to actually see something as they grow, as they get older, and whether they may have that situation, they might stand up and do the same thing if they see their flaw and say, "Hold on, let me call her. I got a kid over here. Let me do this." See, that right there is standing up, being a responsible an adult, and being accountable for something that you did that now is staring at you in the face, and you're doing the right thing. Being transparent and being accountable. That's the part that I want to say, and I land with that.
Oh, okay. Well, now listen, what you said, how is the truth. A lot of time as men, we got to look at the whole picture. Like we can't keep. Sometimes we have to, if as a father to a son that has a child, we need to start pressing our sons to be more involved in their child's life. The same way I tell if I'm involved in your life, you need to be involved in your child's life. Because I can't be the grandfather and the father to that child. Can't do that. And a lot of brothers is taking on that responsibility as well. I'm the father and the grandfather. I got to pull up on my grandchild and give my grandchild some money because the father's not doing it. My son ain't doing his job, and I shouldn't be doing the job of my son. So what I'm going to do is go holler at my son and gonna put fire to that behind that part. Bahab, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you for joining, man.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's been great since I've been on your panel 3 times now, but I always come in the midst of it when you have the brothers up. You guys are talking to learn, because it's something that I may not know or have or think I have. I get it from coming in the panels where men are talking about very serious reality things, not this fake funk thing, but the real life things are happening in families and unities and communities, as far as a family and a home. So that way, when I find that one that I can I can pull back up. Oh, I was here, and I remember so and so saying this. I can say, I see where my flaw is. Let me do this. See what I'm saying? So it's helpful in what you take in, because you never know where somebody may never know where they're lacking at, and they can fix that. Because if they can see it or they can be aware of it, then you can fix it. But if you don't, or you're not, you can't fix what you don't know or what you're not aware of.
You're 100%
If
right.
somebody pointed out, some people may take something that they see that you ain't doing, and you take offense of it. No, don't take offense. Look at it positive. They're not tearing you down. They're trying to say something, and you're going in a negative direction, in a downward rabbit hole. And it's always thinking negative instead of positive. And I'm going to land with that, brother, and peace be to you and all the sisters on here. And I appreciate you.
Oh, of course, peace be unto you as well, my brother. Enjoy your day on purpose. Plus, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. That don't mean I need to be going on humping on people. That was a joke. But thank you, my brother. Y'all can pack them up. Come on, Miss Maddox. Thank you for joining, sister.
Thank you for having me. It has been lovely. Thank you.
Well,
That's all I have to say.
Well, Dag, that's the best closing I heard all day. Now, I appreciate you, though. Thank you for sharing, though, lady.
I can catch you again.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll be back on Friday morning with the Horsemen, but it's not my live. It's the Horsemen. So me and my brothers will be on. We'll be on here. We got we got something to talk about this on Friday. So
Okay. Hopefully I can join in.
yeah, same time, same back channel, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The Horsemen, 7 Horsemen rather. But thank you again for joining, sister. All right, let's go, little mama. Let's go.
I'll make it quick. So I'm just calling ourselves out to go inward and so that we can heal. So that way we can be great and continue to do great work in this world because we have legacies to build and we can't allow the world to kind of control what we want to put out there. So I hope everyone has a beautiful day and I'm out.
That's what I'm talking about. See, y'all need to start doing more closings like that. These two sisters, came in, gave they that monologue, boom, gave their closing, they was Gucci. That's what we talking about when we close out. But anyway, my conversation this morning was this generation is cooked. Are we in a twerking era? Yes, we are. This era, the era of these young girls right now is bananas. Bananas. When I tell you that all you see is in every other video, girls out there twerking, grown women doing the same thing that these young girls are doing. I had twerking to see who ass is fatter, who can shake they behind the most. Doesn't make any sense to me. And then you wonder why the type of men that you encounter, because you want to be out there twerking. You know, some of these brothers booty watchers, all they want to do is watch your booty pop. And you out there doing it for them. And some of them are doing it for other women, which is crazy. They could be walking down the street, hear a song, and stop and start twerking. Hypnotized to shaking their behinds. Don't make no sense. And these young boys walk around with their pants hanging off the... Hey, how you walk around with your pants down, but your jacket is short? Sometimes we want to tell them, yo, pull your jacket down, or either pull your pants up. One of the two. Pick one. And you know that your child is going outside looking like that. And you as the parent ain't saying nothing. Got your grown son going outside looking a hot mess. Going to school, don't wash their face, don't brush their teeth, putting on this going to smelling like 3-week-old deodorant. Hygiene is terrible. I know half these kids right now, hygiene is terrible. Terrible. Let's talk about it. When we got our sisters, I'm going to say this real quick. You know, I was watching A Different World the other day. And this to all you black goddesses out there. I'm going to say something to y'all, whether y'all like it or not. I was watching A Different World the other day. And I was looking at the sisters. And I was like, dag, these sisters ain't got no weaves. They ain't got no long eyelashes. They walk around in their natural beauty. They ain't got a whole mask on their face. And we was in love with them chicks. We wanted them type of women. Natural hair. Just wearing them. Wearing them. So my question is, who are you wearing now? You want us to be traditional and all these type of men. You're looking for a traditional man, but are you a traditional woman? Guess what? Hold that thought, because that's my topic for Friday. You want a traditional man, but are you a traditional woman? So fellas, horsemen, y'all ready for that? If my brothers is here real quick, let me just see if my brother, yeah, they up in the bill. I'm just trying, if y'all want to come up real quick, fellas, so I can slide, and then I just want to make sure that, do y'all want to run that one? Do y'all want to run that Friday?
Absolutely.
Ford, what say you, my brother?
Yeah, I just need to make sure I got some coffee. I'm gonna need brothers prayer and tell them you love them Friday. Tell yourself you love yourself Friday before we hop into that one. That's right.
They better love themselves.
It's always gonna be our fault.
I don't